Hello, we're those film guys, and this is our third trailer breakdown, and this is of Thor The Dark World. And would you like to start off, Chris, on this one?
Yeah, well, obviously with Phase 1 of the Avengers films, Thor, the original Thor, was probably one of my favourites alongside Incredible Hulk. I know the film had problems in character motivations and some plot aspects, but I thought for the most part it was a decent, solid summer blockbuster, popcorn flick, you know. This trailer, I know it's only the first and probably, you know, we'll have more to see in later trailers, but really kind of underwhelming at the minute. I mean, we see a lot of action, we see a lot of fights on Asgard, but it just seems a bit, you know, jaded now. It just seems a bit, you know,
boring.
Yeah. There's a lot of, as we were watching the trailer before, you were saying that there are just characters in here that just don't need to be in here.
Yeah.
And I agree.
It seems like that way. For example, Natalie Portman. What possible reason do they have to have her in there except to shoehorn in a fish out of water story? Fish out of water story is played, is done. Get over it. We had that in the first one. We had that in the first one. We don't need it a second time around. Literally, I was completely underwhelmed by this trailer. It to me was just was boring. Nothing interesting happened. You had like I said, the fish out of the water story. Why does Thor feel the need to take Natalie Portman to Asgard? I'm sure they're going to shoehorn in an absolutely abysmal reason, a contrived reason to bring her there, but from the trailer there is no possible reason to have her in there. From the trailer, what I would suggest is, because it looks like she's at some kind of university, and I think that's the university you see at the very beginning of the trailer, where that big black column's just cutting through the side of it. Yeah. So maybe he comes down, stops that, and thinks that Asgard is the only safest place for her at that time. Because, you know, with next to ice giants, gigantic ice monsters, and, you know, Loki there. Yeah. Oh. Right. Here's the thing. Loki is not a good villain. I'm putting it out there. He was absolutely atrocious in the Avengers. He got beaten up by pretty much everyone. He had no physical presence. He had no intellectual presence, because everything he did was completely ridiculous and stupid. His story should be done. You can't... To have him in there just defeats the purpose of moving your story on, because you're focusing it seems like you're going to focus too much on him, on his story again, that you did do with 2 movies. Now, that's nothing against Tom Hiddleston as an actor. I think I think he's an absolutely fantastic actor. I just think the material he's given is, you know, quite simplistic for him, really. I mean, we did a review of Avengers and we kind of said everything we felt about that, but yeah. I'll agree everything you said about him being a terrible villain. And from where Avengers left off, you could just have it like a brief mention, like in a sentence that, oh, he's under guard or he's in prison. But it looks like from the end of this trailer that Thor is going to be so desperate that he turns to Loki for help in the battle, which, you know, Loki almost committed mass genocide on the human race by bringing an alien race, the Chitauri, to Earth to destroy them all. Let's trust this guy, the god of deceit and deception. It to me doesn't look fantastic. I mean, Christopher Eccleston looks fine as the villain. We don't really get to see much of him. No, you don't. And it's quite throwaway, what you do get to see of him. For me... excuse me.
Has the trailer effect on him?
Yeah, I'm yawning because it's so boring. For me, it doesn't look like a very good film. It's not a very good trailer. It to me looks like it's incredibly dull, and that's where I'm going to leave what I think of it. Boring, uninteresting, not very imaginative. The fish out of water storyline has been played to death, done to death, and I'm sick and tired of it. That's it for me.
Oh, from this trailer, it's really underwhelming, and you know, trailer 2s are usually will show you more and probably be a bit more action orientated. But yeah, it just feels done to death, boring, bland, and you can pretty much tell everything that's going to happen in the film from the trailer alone. I mean, something bad's going to happen on Earth. He's going to take her to Asgard. You're going to have the fish out of water story. From the shots we get of one of the Warriors 3, I forgot her name, like the female, like Xena Warrior Princess character, she's going to be having some kind of tension with Natalie Portman because she likes Thor, but a human's going out with Thor. Then you're going to have Christopher Eccleston, who brings a mass invasion to Asgard, and Thor will have to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's... honestly, you could write the plot of this. Anyone could write the plot of this. It's just... it's done.
On the palm of your hand, you can write it.
It just seems to be... and from this side of Marvel anyway, it just seems to be cookie cut of films now. It's like, oh, we need a new villain who wants to destroy Earth or wants to destroy the hero, and then the hero will beat him. And then the next film, oh, we have a different villain, and just the same plot every time.
One thing I just want to finish on a complete tangent. Marvel, like, universe, the universe they're creating in the films. Okay, for one, can someone please explain why in the films, or specifically in Iron Man 3, or the sequels to, say, Captain America, stuff like that, do none of the other superheroes in the Marvel universe help at all? Why is it left to them? Because, I mean, Tony Stark's house gets blown up in the trailer to Iron Man 3. I haven't seen the film, but I will be expect a review for that. But why do they not help? I don't understand it. I don't understand. All this universe stuff is bullshit. Completely fucking horrid. You shouldn't need to include the universe in it. What you should do, they should be standalone films. I don't understand what is wrong with standalone pictures.
I mean, that's what we had, like, all the other times, wasn't it? In, like, all the other superhero films.
Well, except for Iron Man 2, which...
I just hope that they do give some kind of explanation in Iron Man 3. I'm seeing that tomorrow on the Friday it comes out. Well, I think it's actually already out. But if they don't provide any explanation, then that is just the biggest gaping plot hole in the entire franchise. And I mean, if they do write around it, it better be more, cohesive than Thor's return in Avengers was.
Oh yeah.
So,
alright. Well, this has been a review of the trailer for Thor The Dark World, and I can't remember a line from it, so I'm not going to end with that, because the reason I can't remember is because I was bored out of my mind. So, thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.